Thousands of years ago, before dogs slept beside humans, they were wild creatures feared by every tribe. They were not pets, they were hunters of the wild, fighting every day to survive. But something strange happened that would change the future of both humans and wolves forever. A partnership began forming between two completely different species. But the question remains, why would a wild wolf choose to trust an ancient human? The answer was hidden in the struggle for food, safety, and survival. Ancient humans were clever, but they were surrounded by dangers they could not face alone. Every night, humans gathered around their fires, hoping the darkness would not bring danger. Meanwhile, hungry wolves searched the same lands, looking for their next meal. Slowly, both humans and wolves discovered they needed something the other could provide. This was not friendship at first, it was a silent agreement built on survival. A decision made thousands of years ago would eventually create humanity's oldest animal friendship. The journey of how wolves became dogs is one of the greatest survival stories ever told. At first, humans and wolves kept their distance, each fearing the other's strength. But the harsh world of the Ice Age forced every creature to search for new ways to survive. Food was difficult to find, and every successful hunt could decide who lived and who disappeared. Some curious wolves began noticing something unusual near human camps. The remains of human meals provided something valuable, a chance to survive without risking a dangerous hunt. The bravest wolves slowly moved closer, learning that humans were not always enemies. But one wrong move could bring fear, attack, and the end of this fragile connection. Humans began to understand that these wolves had incredible senses that could help protect their families. A wolf could hear approaching danger long before human ears could detect it. For the first time, humans saw wild animals as possible allies instead of threats. This small connection would become the beginning of the longest friendship between humans and animals. But nobody knew that these wild wolves would one day transform into the loyal dogs we know today. The bond had started, but the greatest transformation was still waiting to happen. The first connection between humans and wolves was fragile, but something powerful was slowly beginning to change. Over many generations, the wolves that stayed near humans became different from the ones that remained in the wild. They learned that cooperation could bring rewards that fighting could never provide. Humans offered food and protection, while wolves offered something humans desperately needed, awareness. A wolf's sharp eyes could spot hidden threats before humans even knew they were coming. For ancient hunters, having a wolf nearby was like having an extra pair of eyes in the dangerous wilderness. The relationship was no longer just about survival, it was becoming a true partnership. The wolves closest to humans became calmer, more trusting, and easier to understand. Slowly, nature began shaping a new creature, one that was no longer completely wild. But this transformation did not happen overnight. It took thousands of years of trust and survival. The wolves that chose humans were beginning a journey that would change the history of life on Earth. From a feared predator to a trusted companion, the wolf was becoming something humanity had never seen before. But the greatest mystery remains. Why did some wolves choose humans while others stayed wild? The journey from wild wolf to loyal dog was one of the slowest transformations in human history. It was not caused by one moment, but by thousands of years of small changes. The wolves that feared humans less were the ones who came closer to their camps. These brave wolves discovered that staying near humans could mean more food and greater safety. Over time, the friendlier wolves had a better chance of surviving and passing on their traits. Their bodies and behaviors slowly began changing from their wild ancestors. They became better at understanding human voices, emotions, and movements. For the first time, a wild animal began learning the language of another species. The partnership helped humans hunt better and helped wolves find a safer place in a dangerous world. But not every human accepted these animals near their homes. Some still saw them as dangerous predators that could never truly be trusted. Yet the bond between humans and these special wolves grew stronger with every generation. A creature that was once hunted and feared was slowly becoming humanity's most loyal partner. After thousands of years of trust, something remarkable finally happened. The first true dogs began to appear. They were no longer the same wild wolves that once avoided human footsteps. These new companions had learned to live alongside humans instead of against them. For ancient people, dogs became more than animals. They became trusted members of the group. They guarded camps, helped find food, and warned humans about hidden dangers. A silent partnership had formed between two species that once feared each other. The bond was so powerful that humans began changing the way they lived because of these animals. Dogs helped humans become better hunters by using their incredible sense of smell and tracking abilities. But their greatest gift was something humans never expected: loyalty. Unlike other animals, dogs developed a special connection with human emotions. They could understand human signals, follow human journeys, and remain beside them through difficult times. From the frozen lands of the Ice Age to distant continents, dogs would travel wherever humans went. A friendship that started with survival became one of the greatest relationships in Earth's history. The friendship between humans and dogs had become stronger, but their greatest adventure was still ahead. Together, they entered places where humans had never lived before. Dogs gave humans an advantage that no other animal could provide. Their powerful noses could detect animals, hidden dangers, and paths through unfamiliar lands. For ancient hunters, a dog was not just a companion, it was a survival partner. Dogs helped humans find food in environments where a single mistake could mean death. They also protected human camps from predators that waited in the darkness. The warning sounds of dogs gave humans precious time to prepare and survive. Because of this partnership, humans could travel farther than ever before. They crossed frozen lands, dangerous valleys, and unknown territories together. Every new land they discovered created an even deeper bond between the two species. The animals that were once feared had become the reason humans could survive in a changing world. But this incredible friendship came with a mystery. How did dogs become so connected to human emotions? For thousands of years, humans and dogs continued walking the same path, but something deeper than survival was forming. Dogs were no longer just helping humans survive, they were beginning to understand them. They learned to recognize human voices, gestures, and even feelings. This ability made dogs unlike any other animal that had ever lived beside humans. A dog could sense danger, but it could also sense loneliness and sadness. For ancient humans, a dog became a source of protection, companionship, and trust. Children grew up beside these animals, creating a friendship that lasted for generations. The bond between humans and dogs was no longer based only on survival, it was built on loyalty. While other animals remained distant, dogs chose to stand beside humanity. This unusual partnership changed both species forever. Humans gained a loyal friend, and dogs gained a family that would protect them. A relationship that started with leftover food became one of the strongest friendships on Earth. But the journey of dogs was far from finished. Their partnership with humans would spread across the entire planet. After thousands of years, the decision made by those first wolves created a friendship that would last forever. The wild creatures that once feared humans became the animals closest to our hearts. Dogs followed humans through deserts, forests, mountains, and across unknown lands. Wherever humans went, their loyal companions followed. Dogs helped humans hunt, survive, protect communities, and discover new possibilities. But their greatest contribution was something impossible to measure: their loyalty. They became guardians, hunters, helpers, and most importantly, family. The ancient choice made by a few brave wolves changed the future of an entire species. A relationship that began with survival became a bond built on trust and love. Today, every dog carries a hidden story that began thousands of years ago. Behind every wagging tail is a history of courage, adaptation, and friendship. The story of dogs reminds us that cooperation can change the destiny of life itself. From frightened wolves in the wilderness to humanity's greatest animal companions, this was the incredible journey of dogs.